Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Between the Benches. 2 days after we last recorded, all game 5's-ish area. We're at a weird spot, okay?
Yeah, I think they're all still 5's.
Ish.
Or all these are 5's.
6's now, maybe. We're in a weird spot in the Stanley Cup playoffs now, where it's like teams have 2 days off, then game, and then other teams are in travel, and it's just not... So it's not like a...
And the reasoning we found makes no sense.
Yeah, because the Devils and the Rangers should have played all 7 games by now, because they don't travel, period. They don't even... It's just like the same drive that they normally make to a game. So, whatever. But either way, yeah, mostly games 5's. All right, we only have 4 series we're talking about today, so this is a quick one, easy one, and then later we have our draft show, NFL Live draft show that we do. So this is kind of like we're like pre-gaming right now in the audio video world of things. So let's get right into it, Jake.
All right. Which one do you want to start with?
Which one do I want to start with? That's a good question. Let's start on, I think, the only East one we're doing today. No, that was a lie. That was a lie. Same colors as another complete lie. The Edmonton Oilers 6-3 over the LA Kings. The least close game that we've seen from this series, I think.
Yeah, the only non-one-goal game, I believe.
I believe so. Most of these games have gone into overtime, so this was not an overtime game. And then we have our, as we've discussed previously, beautiful little card that they make, the Edmonton Oilers. 2 goals for Nick Bjugstad this game, right there. 13 different players registered a point in this game. That's pretty gnarly, to be honest. And then 2 assists for Darnell Nurse. And that's what that's what their highlights are, I guess, that they wanted everyone to know about.
Well, they want to make sure everyone knows that Darnell Nurse is worth that $9 million, guys.
Yes, it's a fact.
Worth it.
Whether we have that same opinion or not, whole different story. But, Jake, bring us through. Why was this game not a 5-4 overtime game?
Because Jay Woodcroft needs some major props. Absolutely major props.
Fair.
I think that was I don't know how much is... Like, obviously, we don't watch a ton of regular season Edmonton games.
Yeah.
But I think that was his coaching masterclass.
Valid. Why?
Well,
what happened?
you know Leon has his game right now. He's the one going
Leon's
nuclear.
The guy. Leon's the dude right now.
Connor,
like that team.
Connor, for whatever reason, can't figure it out.
No, he really can't. And that's what do you sum that down to? LA just being
No,
not even.
no, because Leon's figuring it out. They double shifted both of them last game.
Yeah.
So he basically said, Connor, you're going to go with Leon and Leon alone until you figure this out.
Yeah.
So they had Evander Kane, Leon Draisaitl, and McDavid as a line.
Mm-hmm.
And then had Leon double shift alone with, I think the most I saw it with was Clem Costin and Kyler Yamamoto.
Mm.
But like, hey, get the guy who's going more shifts and then put him with your other guy that should be going. Get them both going.
Yeah.
And
Sounds
it also keeps it allows it to get him away from any sort of matchups.
Yeah.
Like the amount of shifts that Leon had away from Anze, Gavrikov, and Dano was nuts. Like he was just throwing lines in a blender, and they just could not keep up.
Fair.
Todd McClellan had zero answer for the blender in this game.
Yeah, I mean that's what it came down to. Every other game was so close. Every other game was a hard fought match. I mean, not that this wasn't a hard fought match, but clearly a difference was made in this game by the Edmonton Oilers. And they had the guys rolling. Nick Bjugstad, 2 goals, like we said before. That's awesome. Good for him. That's depth. Something that Edmonton
He's had a good series.
saw.
He's had a really good series.
Yeah.
Him, Fogle, Derek Ryan,
Yeah.
all have a really good, but not as, star-studded as what Leon has done.
No, Leon's been unreal, maybe best player in the playoffs so
Easily.
far.
Right now, he's lead candidate for Conn Smythe.
And is that a surprise whatsoever?
No.
If it's really
one of them, one of them is going to have a gnarly series at any time.
And Leon made his name in the playoffs years ago when Connor was in for the first time. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
He
Yep.
had,
That
like,
Anaheim series.
4 goals in one game or something. And
Last year
erupted.
too on a broken
Yeah.
foot.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, Leon, count on Leon. You can always count on Leon. That's what it comes down to. And yeah, Edmonton, I mean,
That German drive. He just doesn't have. There's no.
it's true. Best German player ever?
I
mean,
have to say so.
Has to be.
I mean, there were
right?
some good
Has
ones,
to
but
be. But
they were
yeah,
never
the
star power of.
production he's putting up every year is unreal, and conversation for awards every single year
Yeah.
now. I mean, it's huge. What else do we have to say about this series of this game? I don't think we have much other than Edmonton really played this. They came out, they played. Woodcroft had them going. Everything was done just a little bit better than usual.
Well, also I obviously we touched on it a little bit from the last game, but that was in L.A.
Yeah.
So they were. McClellan had a little bit of a safety net with the changes.
Fair. Very
But also they were still doing, like he had Connor double shifting too.
fair. Yeah.
And he just simplified it and said, "Hey, he only had shifts only the whole game with Leon, and still was out there for all 3 goals against."
Excuse me for maybe having a camera issue or two. We're figuring it out. I have no clue what's going on.
It started
with the camera.
last.
Started
one.
last episode 2. Figured it out. Sort of, kind of. Not a clue. And I don't know when it does it, when it doesn't do it. So we'll figure it out. Let's move on next series. Yeah.
Yeah.
As the cameras, who knows? This series we have this was a great game, by the way. The Seattle Kraken 3-2 over the Colorado Avalanche, man. I mean, this was electric, just like the previous game. Yeah, I just like the Kraken were on it, dude. Played very well. Had some nice goals. This has been such a tight series, and the Kraken have just done great. Straight up and down. Like, well above anyone's expectations. Colorado sometimes looks like they're expecting just the game to come to them, and it's not. And the Kraken, dude. The Kraken, ready for this? The Kraken have 13 goal scorers this playoffs. More than any other team.
They're deep.
They are deep. And we talked about it. They have a 20 goal scorer on every single line. That was wow. That was a little bit of a wow moment when I said that, and we both looked into it. And now they have the most goal scorers for a team. Tampa being at 12, they're the next one. But yeah, it's deep team, and they're just doing a great job.
Just an aside on Tampa.
What?
Vasilevsky is statistically the worst goalie in the playoffs right now.
You saw that?
Yep.
Oh yeah, not good. Not good.
Not good.
That we've covered that series since, and nothing has happened in that series since we last covered it in the last episode. But yeah, Vasilevsky statistically not good. It's like a .896
Bad
save percentage. Bad. Yeah, it's not pretty. It really isn't. Don't like to see that.
No, but with Colorado,
Yeah.
they don't have a lot in the zone, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
And Seattle, what they're really doing is just doing every little thing they can and to just to bump them, slow them down as they enter the zone. Not even like big things, just like getting the guy's way.
Yeah.
Give him a little, bump, not a full interference, but just, nudge them.
Yeah.
And it slows them off their track, and just enough to get the puck out of the zone before they can get set up.
And Nathan McKinnon. Crybaby move right there. We saw that. I posted it on the TikTok at BTBFTF.
Oh, I didn't know you even posted it.
I posted it on the TikTok, yeah.
I don't have a TikTok, so.
Fair. But it's up there for everyone to see. He was, I don't even think, tripped, honestly.
No, he was not.
He was
just
not.
threw a tantrum because
Thought he was tripped.
for the first time he actually has to go win a series without, 8 power plays a game.
Yeah, and like threw a little bit of a tantrum on the other side of the ice. Seattle comes down.
He threw very much of a tantrum. And then had comments in the media after the game throwing a tantrum.
Yeah. Yep. Seattle comes down, and scores. And that was a huge moment in that game. Left a man out on defense because he went to the bench after that. Didn't even go to the defensive zone where the play was happening. Went to the bench instead. And then JT Confer was nowhere near the defensive zone when that goal was scored. Just not okay at all.
Yeah, they hung him out the drive for his mistake, and then
Yeah.
Confer was out there for every goal.
Yeah, it's true. Dude, it's just a great.
Like he did not have like as fantastical as he is coming in the zone and making plays.
Yeah.
He gave up just as many the other way.
Yeah, it's
like
true.
He was statistically a zero factor.
Statistically, a zero factor. Yeah.
Well, no, a net zero. You know what I'm getting.
Yeah. No. There's pros, cons equal zero. Yeah.
It all washed out. Like he got taken advantage of just as much as he created.
Yep. It's just, dude, I don't know what to say for Colorado because this series is a full surprise for everyone.
Well, because it's due to that, I went and looked every game at all the numbers.
Yeah.
They are not good in their own zone at all. They never really were.
Yeah.
Besides like a couple guys like Taze, but even him, not great. Like the opportunities that he gives up are right in front of the net. Like if your so-called best, shut down defenseman.
Yeah.
And those are the kind of opportunities he gives up. It's not a recipe for success at all.
100%. And, I mean, I look forward to the end of the series. I don't know how it's going to end. Colorado could easily steal a game back next, but this is the Kraken's series to lose at the moment.
Well,
awesome.
They really have to fix the power play. Like, they cannot get into a situation where they go 0-for in a deciding game.
Yeah, that's a fact.
I was watching the power plays the last couple of games. Mm-hmm. Eerily similar to the Flyers with Hackstall. Very, very eerily badly similar.
I mean, they won the one game on the power play.
No, all of them. They're not good. It's the same formula.
Yeah.
Point to point, shot for a tip, and then just scramble.
Yeah.
Try to get the puck back on the boards, waste a good 20 seconds, back to the point to point shot, same repeat.
And there's some teams here that you'd face down the stretch.
You can't do that.
You can't do that.
That has never ever been a good power play format. Yeah. Ever.
Yep. You got anything else for this series? Grubauer just playing better than we expected against his previous team and stuff.
We've always kind of said that Nathan McKinnon is, he's more of just a rush guy.
Yep.
So if he's not getting the end zone stuff at all, and they're slowing it down enough on the rush,
yeah,
they're really making life easy for Grubauer.
Yeah, 100%. And just Seattle, dude, all the way through. I think one of these games they had an extreme shot differential of where Seattle had almost 50 and Colorado had 20. Where just a huge difference.
Wasn't it the other way?
No, I don't think it was.
I don't think
it's
sometimes it's a little hard to read the shots on the NHL app, for me at least.
Fair. All right, you want to move on?
Yeah, sure.
Next game, next series. Now we move east. The Florida Panthers stay alive in overtime against the Boston Bruins. If we look right here, look at this card.
The Boston Bergerons?
The Boston Bergerons. We look at this card. There's some standouts here. Boston, 47 shots. Insane. Against Florida's 25. The biggest standout here, face-off percentage. Boston at 62% this game. That is unreal. That is absolutely unreal. Right?
We're going to continue to harp the face-offs.
You have to. It makes a difference.
Well, yeah. Look how many goals
it's going to be
scored
a real
off
big
of them.
theme for the next series we go to as well. But yeah.
Here, Coyle, 70%, 70.6%.
Insane.
Zaka, 69.2%.
Nice.
Bergeron, 69%.
Nice.
Nosek, 50%. Then you got Hathaway.
Yeah, those guys don't really, yeah.
But of the centers.
Of the centers with the large sample size, taking the real
Three of
face-offs.
them high, 70 or higher.
Stupid. That's insane. That's a, and now granted, is Florida out of the series? No, but where do we expect this to go? We expect it to go Boston. I mean, Florida stayed alive. It would be a miracle to win this series still. But, hey, anything's possible in the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs. And if they have a formula, I know you talked about something you saw before that you saw a lot of this game.
Yeah, of the clean shots that got by Olmark,
Yeah.
or the two goals that were actual shots.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them glove side, middle of the net or higher.
Yeah.
We made the point of it on the other game they won.
Might have been game
two.
Two. I want to say two.
Game
yeah.
two. All the shots were at least high, and almost all of them were high glove.
Mm-hmm.
I've noticed that if you shoot low on him or have like the rebound stuff, like he's just going to kick his leg out and get it somehow. But if you shoot in high glove on him, he doesn't really read it that well.
Yeah. I don't know what else to say for this series, honestly.
Well, you want to touch on what Bergeron did, considering he's such a big
yep.
player. And
fact, Bergeron back out finally for Boston. They haven't needed him, obviously. They were up 3-1 in the series. Him back though. He scored this game, right? The guys were
pumped
about him scoring, absolutely. But yeah, it's just glad to have him back. The team is a full team now, 100% top to bottom, pretty much.
Yeah, I thought Bergeron played well especially for first game back.
Yeah.
I mean, he was out there for 2 against, but it was the Bertuzzi giveaway right in front that Duclair scored on.
Yep.
Bergeron tried to get back and take Duclair out of the play and clean it up, which he normally does, but, coming back from injury. And then the other one he was out for was the OT winner where Omar, goes stupid.
Yeah, 100%.
So
yeah,
two terrible giveaways, and then he's normally the eraser in those situations, but, again, don't make the first mistake.
That overtime winner for Florida, they got lucky. They got lucky. Boston made a serious mistake. Olmark made a serious mistake. Florida did the right thing, capitalize immediately. You have to take those moments. You have to rise and capitalize, or else you're not winning series.
I mean, they've been super hard on pucks. So to get the fact that they're getting there for those those giveaways or creating turnovers, it's not shocking. They've created a lot of turnovers the whole series, and been really hard on the walls. Been really hard on puck battles.
Yeah,
it's why they've won 2 games.
100%. Let's move on. Last series that we have to talk about, a series with a similar theme in the face-offs. The Dallas Stars. Large upset in this series. Upset. Well, I mean, it's kind of an upset. Squash the Minnesota Wild 4-0.
Yeah, that's the right word to put. Squashed. Because that was not close.
2-0. It was not close. The Wild, immediately right off the bat, we talked about Marcus Foligno last time. Did he get robbed of some stuff? Yeah, 100% in the penalty spot. Again, to start off this game, a bad knee-to-knee, but not a knee-to-knee that was intentional, not one that should have been ejected for.
Not even close to intentional.
Should not have been ejected. A penalty, 100% at the time, should not have been ejected. Was ejected.
Do you think that was personal after?
Could have been personal.
Because
the refs could have taken that.
They absolutely all have their fraternity of refs that they stick it to people who show them up.
Yeah, and Marcus Foligno was not quiet after last game.
He yelled at them the entire way the game before.
Yep, also true.
And then made the comments and
35 penalty minutes this series.
Shocking that the first opportunity they had, they stuck it to him.
Yeah, yep. Goes off the ice, done for the day within a minute of the first period, and then
Dallas got 2 on that.
Yeah, right? No.
Yeah, they got 2 on it.
They got 2 power play goals, and that's been the whole thing. You don't give Dallas power plays. We said it last episode.
Or at least Minnesota can't, because they've not found a way to stop it one time, really.
And Dallas has been winning well over a majority of the face-offs this whole series. Eriksson Ek not being there helps that for them.
He's a penalty killer, too.
And he's a penalty killer, yep. The Wild is a little bit of a roughed-up team right now. 100%. Zuccarello didn't skate this past week.
That was today, right?
Yeah,
that
what I said
today?
Past week. The past practice. Hartman didn't skate the past practice. I think they're both going to play tomorrow, Friday. But still, they're a little bit of a roughed up team right now. Obviously, no Eriksson Ek. So they got to really rally. They have to rally this next game. If they want to be in this, they have to stay in it from the beginning, stay out of the penalty box, win some of these faceoffs, man. I mean, it's pretty important. And Dallas winning faceoffs on the power play pretty much all the time is just not helping, and that's just killing them.
Yeah, and if you're gonna have these many like injuries, and
Yeah.
you need your star player to cash in.
Yes, that's a fact. We've waited long enough to say it. I feel like we
I had it
kinda
written
put that
down
off.
for last game, and I didn't. I forgot to say it.
I feel like we have put it off a little bit because Kirill Kaprizov's been a presence. It's not like he hasn't shown up in the series as far as on the ice and looking involved, but
He's created a ton. He just hasn't.
Yeah.
None of them gone the net.
yeah, exactly. You got to finish plays. You need your star player to do that. I mean, that's what he's there for. You know,
Sagan showed up.
Sagan has more
Ben has
than
showed
showed
up.
up. Sagan has been all over this game.
Well,
in
yeah,
this
the
series.
power play. He's been automatic.
Automatic.
They've been almost. I think all of his goals have been power play.
And that wasn't originally his role even going into the playoffs. That was Pavelski. He took over for Pavelski and hasn't looked back. I mean, he's been great taking that
People
over.
forget that he's a monster.
He is. Yeah, 100%. But yeah, man, Minnesota needs back in this. They need to be on the ball next game 100%, or the series is over. That's it.
Well, yeah, it's
Simple as that.
They have three wins. Of course, if they don't not on the ball, the series is over.
That's it. So, I mean, we say that about every team. You know, if you're not in the series, you got to get in the series. That's it. You got to start in the series, minute one of that game, all the way to the last minute. And Minnesota's a team that can get back into that, just like, you know, they're like a team like Seattle. You just got to put it all out there. You know, Seattle's been looking like they've been putting it all out there. Minnesota has to put it all out there. Dallas has. So they're a team that can do that. We just got to see if they're going to do it. Got to bring it next game, and that's that. That kind of wraps it up. I mean, that's as simple as that. This was a quick one.
Yeah, we try to go a little in depth on the ones we had, but we knew
Yeah.
we had,
It's only one game that went by.
4 series to.
Yeah. It's just the playoffs right now. You know, some teams are getting a little bit more break. That 4 to 5 game slot is definitely one where it's like it's going to take a few days to, you know, get a real sample size of games. So it just is what it is. It's no big deal.
Don't have dumb travel days. I don't understand the scheduling, to be honest.
That too. Well, we never understand stuff like that. Let's be honest. I don't know if anyone does. I don't know if the people making it do. So.
Like Toronto and Tampa have one of the shortest flights of any of them, but they had 2 days.
Yeah, and the Devils and Rangers had a decent amount of time, maybe 2 days.
They had 2 days, but it's a bus.
Yeah. So that really wraps it up for us. We're really looking forward to this draft show we're about to hit. From here, we're coming straight out of this in stride right into the draft show with all of our guys over there, with Will, with everyone else.
Yeah, we said it last episode. Do not miss it.
No, that's something that's so worth it. And it'll be on the YouTube afterwards. So if you haven't watched, if you're not catching it live, it's still fun to watch after. Last year we had clips on clips on clips of stuff. Horrible takes. Awful takes.
Speak for yourself.
I can. It was, hey, that's okay. That's on TikTok at For The Fan Network. I believe that's the TikTok there. Our TikTok is BTBFTF, Between the Benches. And we're pretty active on all that stuff. A lot of action going on there. I know For The Fan, the football takes, one of the really awful takes, received 20,000 views in the past 24 hours. So that's
Which one was that?
Nuts. That's Josh's awful. I mean,
Well, an awful take.
not
a great
awful,
take by him.
It was, but it was an attention getter. It was an attention
Yeah,
getter.
he lost his
100%.
mind, and he should have.
And we all laughed at him and laughed at the Giants extensively, and it was funny. But yeah, gonna see tons of that tonight. So excited. It's more casual than stuff like this. We're just kind of laying back, having a good time, talking, watching, having fun. So, tune in. And if you don't get to tune in, maybe watch it back. So,
Well, or both. Why not?
Yeah, or both. I mean, hey, fair. I'm gonna do both. I promise you. Thank you everyone for being with us. Appreciate it. This was a quick one. I hope you had a good time, and we'll see you next time. Pretty much, right? Peace.